And then I believe we got notice that Commissioner Hofston was unable to attend today's. So we will start this Civil Service Commission scheduled Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 at 11 a.m. with a roll call. Chairwoman Nunn, Commissioner Akram,
Present.
Commissioner Hofston, Commissioner Carter Hicks,
Present.
Commissioner Booker.
Present.
Thank you. All right. Section 2, item 2.1, approval of minutes for the Civil Service Commission regular meeting dated December 16th, 2025.
I was not present at that meeting, so I'll have to abstain.
I was present. So moved.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Section 3, here visitors. Jairus, did we have anybody sign up to address the commission?
None registered.
Thank you. Section 4, classification decisions for approval. Item 4.1, establish job class L218 maintenance worker lead and abolish job class L215 maintenance lead site coordinator. Looks like Stephanie Leon Streeter, Director of Transportation and Public Works, is on the call. Good morning, Stephanie. And Brian Schaefer, Director of Parks, is also on the call. All right. Stephanie, Brian, anything to add as it relates to this position? And Jason is also on the call, manager of Class and Comp.
And all I would say is that we worked closely with Jason, my team did, and I'm sure Brian's team did. And so the requests that we're seeking have been vetted and are in the best interest of our department.
Yep, it's just a simple title change in order to better reflect the titles that we see in the market.
If there are no questions, I'll move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Sorry for my long pause there. I'm spoiled when Chairwoman Nunn is here. All right. Item 4.2, establish job class M270 Airport Operations Coordinator. And it looks like we have John Bales, Director of Spirit Airport, and David Schubert, Deputy Director of Spirit Airport, on the call. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Matt. Drew, how's everyone doing?
Very well.
Great.
Jason, John, Dave, is there anything that you would like to share about this airport operations coordinator position?
Can you hear me, Matt?
Yes, John. Good morning.
Yeah, this is a critical position. We're being a self-supporting enterprise, we're very aware of our budget, but we needed this position. We're very highly regulated by the FAA, Missouri Department of Transportation. We think this is a much needed position. Many airports similar our size and larger have one or more of these. Currently, most of these positions are being done by the deputy director. And in my opinion, the deputy director has other things that he can focus his attention on, especially in the next 5 years with major projects. This also gives us an opportunity to, with such a small staff, build on future development and future plans for the airport. So I would 100% back this is much needed, can be afforded in our budget, and we agree with what personnel's come up with.
Nothing to add there, Matt. Well said, John.
If there are no questions, I move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, item 4.3, revised pay range for job class M822, Deputy Director, Parks and Recreation. Schaefer, would you like to address the commission with this request?
Sure, thank you. I'm gonna leave my camera off because I think I've got a bad connection. I keep dropping, so I'll leave it off. But we had a few positions. The next few positions we requested the comp and class review. This one, the deputy director is the other positions below have been looked at. And this just kind of keeps this position above the ones below. So it's nothing's changing with the job. It's just the comp and class looked at it to increase the salary range.
There are no questions. I move to approve the proposal on M822.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item 4.4, establish job class M824, Manager of Soccer Complex.
Sorry, Matt, my motion was just on M822. I thought we had to take the other one separately. Or are you on 4 point? I'm sorry. Go ahead. We're still on the same one.
Okay, right on. We're good. All right. So, yeah, item 4.4, establish job class M824, Manager of Soccer Complex. Jason, do you want to take the lead in explaining some of any gaps you'd like to fill in? I think this one is a little bit more of an involved request.
Yeah, so I think there are a couple of things here. So first of all, Parks and Rec made this request back this summer, but because of the complexity of the situation, we felt like we were going to need to conduct a job audit process, which involves survey research, job analysis interviews, and market research. And we did that for the operations manager and the project manager supervisor positions within Parks and Rec. So, and we've finally been able to complete all of that research and put it together and make recommendations for them. So the specific issue with the Parks and Rec, or with the complex manager, is that because of the Fair Service Pay Plan monies that the incumbent received, who is slated to be reclassified in this position, they would be in overmax status when they're reclassified. So because of our promises and commitment to not cause a reduction in pay with all the various pay scale movements around establishing the new pay scales, but then also with the Fair Service Pay Plan itself, what we are asking for is that when the incumbent, Mr. Hayes, is reclassified, that we allow him to remain in overmax status.
Thanks, Jason. Well articulated. And I also support this. When we rolled out the Fair Service Pay Plan, we put in writing to employees that as a result of it, no employee will lose out on any pay. This was one of the loose ends of the Fair Service Pay Plan, this job audit. And it's one of the first ones that has seen being slotted into a lower pay range. As a result, it does impact one individual in this case. And we also ask, in addition to approving the job class where it is in its pay range, that we also allow this employee in overmax status to remain in overmax status.
Okay. Hey, Matt, quick question. So when annual review time comes up again, will this person will he receive any increases, or is he frozen? max status, but is he frozen?
So typically, great question. Typically, what we do, and there's been a long history of this since we have started pay increases again in the county in 2021. We raise the top of the pay range, the maximum amount that what is available in performance management. So if the merit increases are 3%, for example, then the top of the pay range will be raised by 3% to allow people at the max of the pay range the opportunity to participate and benefit from that. When you are in overmax status, your pay is frozen until such time that the top of the pay range catches up to you for you to be eligible to earn any sort of percentage.
Okay. All right. Well, I make a motion that we leave him in the, maximum pay range with the understanding that there is no further payment until the ranges catches up with the salary. Is that how we want to say it?
I think I would motion to approve item 4.4, establishing the job class as it's presented, and allowing the employee in overmax status to remain in overmax status as a result of the approval.
Then I make that motion that they are allowed to remain in the overpaid status in that pay range.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you all very much. Item 4.5, establish job class M825, Superintendent of Parks and Recreation, fiscal.
Matt, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt real quick. I think that we've just got a new call-in user join us. I just want to clarify if that is Commissioner Nunn or not. Commissioner Nunn, have you joined us?
It's Nadine Nunn.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. Good catch, Jairus. Thank you for that. Chairwoman Nunn, welcome, and we will reflect your presence, and I will pass the torch over as it relates to asking who all is in favor of what.
All right.
We are currently in the agenda on item 4.5, establish job class M825, Superintendent of Parks and Recreation, fiscal, and Mr. Schaefer.
Yep. So this was another when I reached out to Comp and Class to review basically all the positions that I have that are operating as division managers, but the division manager position within transportation and public works, some of the job duties that they have don't really match with Parks and Recreation. So Comp and Class did their investigation, and I agree with them that they establish these positions. They're called Superintendent of Parks and Recreation. That's more in line with what Parks and Recreation does with other municipalities, other counties. They have positions that oversee the divisions of Parks and Recreation departments, whether it be recreation, whether it be fiscal, whether it be parks, that they're called a superintendent. So this one here is the position of Superintendent of Parks and Recreation for fiscal. So they would be overseeing like the administration side of the division, with includes fiscal.
Are there any questions?
I have none.
All right. Hearing none, I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Brian, don't go too far. You got another one here. Item 4.6, establish job class M826, Superintendent of Parks and Recreation.
Yep, this is the same thing. We basically took the operation manager position, and these would make the it's one position, but there's two people. One of them would be the superintendent. They're both superintendent of Parks and Recreation, but one would be superintendent of Parks, and one would be the division manager or superintendent of Recreation.
Are there any questions?
My question is, in other areas where it's basically the same thing, you just have one, and then if it's a different area, you differentiate. And
Well,
why is this different?
we broke this one out separately from the fiscal because the fiscal is more of a administrative and dealing with finances. These two individuals, it's a separate job. They would be over the division of parks and the division of recreation, but they deal with basically the same stuff. One individual is over recreation, which is kind of inside the pools, the ice rinks, the community centers. The other individual would do the same job, but over the outside things like parks, maintenance staff, those types of things. But it's totally separate than like a fiscal type job.
And part of the consideration is also the difference between the qualifications from somebody who supervises operations in Parks and Rec versus somebody who is engaged in the fiscal management side.
Seems like it would be an accounting position then. Okay.
Okay, are there any more questions?
No.
Hearing none, I move to approve.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 4.7, revised job class customer service. I believe this is going to be in Department of Administration. Jason?
Yes.
So, no stranger to you, Mr. Rodney G is on the call. Rod, would you like to address the commission in any capacity?
Good morning, commissioners. This is a revised job class for a customer service specialist in our general services division. In that particular role, we want to put this role in place and move this role, reclassify it because of the additional work this person will take on. So we've had that role before, and it was not it's not at this level. It's just moving it up to a different job class for the work that they're going to be doing.
Is there no question? Move to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Item 4.8, revised job classes T611, Deputy Sheriff Civil Process, T612, Deputy Sheriff Execution, T615, Administrative Deputy Sheriff, T621, Bailiff, T623, Court Peace Officer, and P592, Deputy Sheriff Supervisor. Sheriff Kiefer is on the call. Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for letting me speak today. So if the commissioners remember, and I apologize, I don't know if all the commissioners were here during this time, but I spoke to the commission approximately right after the Fair Pay Plan came into effect. And at that time, I spoke about my concern about some of my job classes were still pretty low, being that the starting salary on many of these job classes listed in our agenda today was a little bit more than $15 an hour. So it's $15.16, $15.62, that sort of thing. And those deputies carry firearms as part of their everyday duty, and they're certified on those firearms. So my concern was that they were underpaid for a specialized skill. And I brought that to Jason's team at the Division of Personnel to look at that and run an analysis and see if we need to increase their pay. And they came up with recommendations to indeed increase their pay. So that's why we are here today, because kind of connected to the past previously, but trying to write those pay bands, if you will, to reflect that. So if there's any questions, I can try to answer them for you.
So do we want to vote on them separately or all together as the letter says, or what should we be doing?
I think go ahead, Noah.
Since it was one request, we could take them all at once.
Yeah, and I was going to add, the only exception to that might be if there's disagreement about one or more, and you would like to approve some and not others, we would take it one by one.
All right, so do we have any more questions for based on the doing it all together? Do we have any questions for any of them?
None for me.
None. I don't. All right, hearing none, I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Section 5, salary decisions for approval. Item 5.1, transfer increase for Dana Davis in the Department of Administration. Rod.
Thank you, Matt. Dana is transferring into the Department of Administration, and this is to align her pay with those that are in her new department that will be in her to the new department that she's joining.
I don't have any questions. Does anyone else have any questions?
No.
No, I don't. All right. I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you very much. Section 6, another Raji item. Other decisions for approval. Item 6.1, exempt comp time approval for Workday implementation.
Thank you, Matt. Commissioners, as you know, we have been implementing a new ERP system for the county. That is called Workday. We started the implementation of that project or that new ERP in January of 2025. It is taking an extensive amount of time for several departments in the administration, several divisions within the administration department. HR is one of those, physical management and treasury, as well as, and I forget the other one, but the key here is that with our streamlined workforce, people are literally working somewhere around 26 extra hours per week to help with Workday. That's on top of their regular job. Now, we've went in and we've taken out as much work as we can for those individuals, but that's not effective for them. We're starting to see morale issues and in some cases, some health issues with a couple of our employees. So what I like to do is propose that our exempt staff can accrue comp time for their work, the work they're doing in the Workday project. That's the only group we're talking about. There are other departments who are also impacted that we need them to do work on Workday. Transportation and Public Works is one. Parks and Recreations is another. The Assessor's Office, Spirit Airport, and Revenue. So they have staff that are also supporting the Workday implementation. I failed to mention procurement, but procurement is also in administration, and they're having to do a great deal of extra work. And when I say it's a great deal of extra work, some days all they do is Workday, and then they go on the weekends and try to do their regular job. So what I'm proposing is that our exempt staff who are working on the project from administration and all those other departments can accrue comp time. And the only way you can accrue comp time, you must work 80 hours in your pay period. And then once you reach that 80 hours, you can accrue comp time. And I'm asking for that through the end of this year for those exempt staff. Non-exempt staff get the same treatment. However, once they go over their 80 hours, we have to pay them out overtime. So we can't just say it's comp time and we pay you, we give you comp time. Non-exempt staff, and we have some primarily in the physical management, and we have a few, I believe, in the HR department. They would have to get overtime pay once they hit their 80 hours in the 2-week pay period. So I'm asking for your approval for this. It's a morale and health issue in some cases, and I'll take any questions if you have them.
Are there any questions? Back to the conversation last month about the 80-hour maximum. I guess I'm asking this, the director and also you, Matt. So are we anticipating over 80 hours of comp time?
No, we are not. And in item 7.1, Jairus put together some informational items to update you as to that process. But no, we were able to investigate what happened exactly, and we have a response to the commission. And moving forward, we have some things set in place that will not allow for it to go over 80 hours of comp time accrual.
Okay. So I'm asking then, Director G, do you think you would be going, I know you said for 2026, is it anticipated for the exempt staff, professional staff to go close to 80? Do we have an idea?
Well, there is a cap with this proposal at 80 hours. And there is approximately 65 people within administration that this impacts. I only expect about half of them to get to that 80 hours. But I want it to be fair and offer it to them if we need them to put in the additional work. So, and that goes for the other employees that are in other departments. I know some of those leaders the department leaders are on the phone. And I'm also asking for them as well if they don't want to speak. I know Brian Schaefer's here. I see Sandy from the assessor's office. So Stephanie Leon Streeter is also here from TPW. They are supporting our work and Workday as well. So that's why I'm asking for them to be included with this proposal.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I'm sorry. Just real quick, as Rod mentioned, right, some of the other leaders from some of those other departments were on the call. If there's anybody else that's currently sitting as an attendee that maybe needed to be promoted to a panelist to also voice your desire to be included in this request, please shoot me you can add something down in the comment space to let me know that you need to be promoted, but I was trying to find those of you that I saw.
Kevin McKenna in Department of Human Services is also part of that. He just sent a message. Thank you.
This is Brian Schaefer, Parks and Rec.
Your audio cut out a bit. If you can hear me, tee it back up.
Well, he is doing that. I'll speak for Transportation and Public Works. Our team has worked really hard with the collective county employee group that's working really hard to lift Workday. And your consideration of this accommodation for our staff, I in particular have 6 folks heavily involved. I know they and I would appreciate your consideration for this comp time accrual.
Brian, if you want to speak, your audio cut out. I don't know if you can hear me. You want to try again? Okay. Sandy.
Brian, he's not able to get on to speak.
Yeah, he must have. He mentioned having some connectivity issues.
Okay.
Noah, if Brian is able to add a comment, would that suffice? Oh, there. Well, I'm thinking on the same lines there.
Yeah, yes, that would work.
Thank you.
Okay.
And Sandy has her hand up to address the commission. Sandy, the floor is yours.
Hi, good morning. Yes, this is Sandy from the assessor's office. I too am in agreement with Mr. G's recommendation. We will have a couple staff members, both from our fiscal side and from our HR timekeeping that I think would be advantageous for our office to assist. So we would appreciate it. Thanks.
From the comments, Brian Schaefer said he's in agreement with Rod and Stephanie. And Kevin McKenna stated Department of Human Services is in agreement and appreciates the commission's consideration. John Bales of Spirit Airport also supports.
All right, I believe that's all. So if no other questions, I move to approve.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, commissioners.
Yep. Thank you to the directors and commissioners. This is Workday is a huge lift, and I definitely want to take a moment and recognize with sincere appreciation the work that everybody is doing to lift that up. It's going to be wonderful for our organization, and getting there has been a very heavy lift. And I added those pauses between my words for effect and oomph. So anyway, thank you all sincerely very much for the work on that. We are into section 7, informational items. And Jairus, did you want to take item 7.1, comp time balances?
Yeah, so at last month's meeting, there were requests for extensions for those non-exempt comp balances. Concerns had been raised regarding balances on the provided report that were over 80 hours. So as promised, we did look into those, and it was discovered that we had 3 employees whose balances did exceed that 80 hours. They were so it was 3 employees in 2 different departments. Those departments were contacted, asked to immediately reduce those balances to 80 hours. And then here in HR, we are working on making sure that we are running bi-weekly reports. So every pay period we'll be running reports to ensure those comp time balances are not exceeding that 80-hour threshold. If or when we do see hours that are going to exceed those thresholds, they will go ahead and be paid out in accordance with our rules. And then we're also going to be working with departments to make sure that they have, whatever education or support they need, and making sure that that is a practice that's understood countywide. As of Thursday afternoon, when I left for the weekend, of those 3 employees who had balances exceeding 80, 2 of them had been reduced. As of this morning, I have not had a chance to check on that 3rd person to see if that had been reduced yet or not. But we are continuing to work with that department to make sure that that balance gets back into a compliance as soon as possible.
Thanks, Jairus. Appreciate the update. Are there any questions from the commission?
I don't have any.
No, neither do I.
I do not.
Thank you. Item 7.2, Personnel Director approvals. There is one over the discretionary hire max that was approved by me to report out this month. Section 8, closed session. Looks like we have no need to use that in this particular meeting. Section 9 is our next meeting, 9.1. Our meeting is February 17th, 2026 at 11 a.m. via WebEx events. And section 10
Further, I move to adjourn.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you all. Have a great 2026. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Aye.
All
See
right.
you later.
Thank you.